Welcome back to Tran Wins Legend of Keepers. Okay, we have 391 gold. So there was another patch, and the patch makes level 4 traps require tears. There was an earlier comment asking what's better, blood or tears. In general, blood, at the time of the reply, blood I think is a little bit better. You end up with more events related to it, and the workout options seem to be a little stronger, I think. Or at least I prefer that, maybe for this, just for the slaveholder. But tears can now be used for, or will now be required for leveling up your traps to level 4. I don't have a lot of gold, so I don't really know what we're doing. I probably have enough to level up Bone Catapult, but now it's gonna take tears. This is what happens when I can only play like once a weekend. Because I think things patch, and then unfortunately I don't really like a lot. Okay, maybe it's just the way I play, but I don't generally like patches too much because I feel like they're always moving the goalposts. I guess we get more gold than anything else. I don't know, let's check engineer. So yeah, it's gonna take 10 tiers. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright. Okay, I don't know what you're thinking I have money to do, but let's check the trainer, I guess. These are all level 2. I guess I could probably level this guy up. So I guess I could level up a couple level 1s. I don't remember getting that thing. Juboko. Wasn't that a tree thing? Is this a tree thing? It definitely does not look like one right now. Alright, well let's slap these guys in just so I can see what I might level up. But with 91 gold, it's not a lot of options. Just him. Okay. So to level this guy up, level these two up would take 360 gold to bring them up to level 2. They're star units too. Right, so we'll go and actually set up my team for the next round. This is the setup I've got for now. Event. So I can buy this for 87 gold. I have just enough money. What does it do? It is a trap, but it doesn't tell me what it does. I think, if I remember right, it reduces the enemy resistances or something. I'm gonna hit refuse. It says new, so maybe I need to buy one or own one to add it to some sort of encyclopedia. But I don't have enough gold to really play around like that. Okay, so in this case, this is another blood option. This is why I like blood so much. I can raise both of these guys by 1 level, including this guy who would cost 360 gold, in fact. And it only cost me 20 blood because I happen to have this unit. I don't know if this is always that unit or if it's just a random unit, but in this case we're gonna go and bargain and lose 20 blood and get 2 levels. That is a phenomenal trade. Taking a look at this, the resting room is good for them, bad for me. Disaster room is good for me, bad for them. The one that has the most gold is the toughest one, so we will take the toughest mission. So I prefer a monster over a trap right now. I need the gold. Gold is super important. If you have blood and tears, then gold is your sweat.
The marketing team has decided to add a resting area to our dungeons. It seemed essential to find a solution to attract seasoned adventurers more efficiently than the competition.
Alright, what you're looking at is my new and improved version 2 of the spreadsheet. Any white field is a field that you manually input something in, and then any colored field is automatically imported or calculated from a previous field. So for example, if you look at room 2 of the hero's attack or defensive abilities, you can see that those backgrounds are dark orange, and they just import information that you put in earlier. We can see here that Gruhin, and I made it special for this particular one because he does double damage if he hits an enemy with less than 0% armor. So he does an extreme amount of damage to this team of wizards. So he's definitely going in, as well as the Hanlet, the new tree monster. With a little finagling, I can tell if I want to put a monster in the front or back. I might make a version 3 where it does allow me to put in more information such as front or back attacks. But currently the only back attack right now is Milgard, and all I need to do is put Carolyn in the back, and she will pretty much resist a great deal of damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in Gruhin, Hanlet, and Carolyn in that order. I don't know if this is interesting at all, seeing the placement stage, or if I should just jump straight to the battle. Alright, so I have a level 4 Bone Catapult, I'm not really working on demoralization build, but I'd like to start going in that direction, especially if I start needing more tiers. What are your abilities again? Can't be affected by demoralized. Okay, that kind of sucks for me, but alright. And can't be affected by penalties, dealing damage or morale over time. Okay, maybe I should not do that then. So the numbers here suggest that I should have Wraith in front to take the damage, followed by Muheth and Kothi to resist all the fire attacks. It's a little more complicated because this guy does ice damage and this guy does fire damage, and very few monsters are good against both. These two monsters, they're not particularly good against that, but I don't have a monster in this lineup that would be very useful at taking 65 ice damage and 55 fire damage. Even if this guy resisted the ice, the fire would pretty much finish him off. So this is our team setup right here.
Fresh meat!
That's a lot of damage. We can do front or fire or nature damage. It looks like fire is much it does a little more. Okay, we have our 45 nature area. The target is affected by demoralized. Okay, let's start with that. And 2 of them are immune to demoralized, which is bad for me. All right, I get 1 move. This guy gets 1 move before he dies. I might be able to do double damage. Damage dealt is increased by 100%, so it's still not as good as just straight up nature damage. He is kind of resistant to nature and air, so yeah. Alright, so this is my first boss battle. So it happens in the middle, apparently. So I can do back bleeding or area nature. Guess we'll just hit the back for now. Just try to do as much damage as I can.
Give me!
Looks like I probably just want to get some more enrage going on. Let's see how many stacks of enrage I have now. 13 stacks of enrage. If you take a look here, that's 130% more damage. So look how much damage that this guy is taking as a result of Whirlwind. 172 air damage just from enrage alone. And then you have he resists 30%, or maybe it's 45%. I'm not sure if the passive takes effect before or after. Either way, this guy is getting taken a ton of damage. Now we got Spectral Wave. It really roasts the back. Doesn't matter which one I do. Add 2 stacks of the most penalty or consume stacks of burn. Yeah, we'll do this one. Oh well. Alright, so that is, yeah, applies elemental weakness 4, applies ice weakness 5, or just straight up nature damage. I don't really want any of these, frankly, but they are at least level 2, so that is something. I think all the monsters you hire and all the traps you get on year 2 are level 2, so that's at least nice. Guess we'll just apply Cursed Prism, but I don't know. Let's see, we have some gold, not a lot. May not really be worth hitting the trainer. We'll do event first. Okay, so I could, if I had an ice skeleton, which I don't, I could get a smaller quantity of tears. Okay, so I can give her some gold for tears. I'm gonna go ahead and refuse for now because I'd rather have the gold. There's a lost event there. Go to event again. Okay, so if I intimidate, I get a free 10 tiers. Otherwise, I can hire him for a new Naga, which I don't think I have a Naga before. So we're gonna go ahead and hire him just to have an extra monster. I don't know, should I? No, this is year 2. I should probably focus on developing my current monsters. All right, we'll intimidate. Okay, we've got business trip or plunder. They're both good. I have lots of motivation, so we'll go ahead and do plunder. Kind of more of a gamble. So I can get this much gold and a 20% chance to get a monster. All right. I can do an engineer or an event. Let me think here. If I do the engineer, I can level up my enrage trap, which is a good fallback for when the enemies, like last time, are going to be very resistant to demoralization traps. Still, I'm trying to save up money to level up my monsters, so we'll go ahead and hit event and try to get that money going. So a monster, if I permit her, she'll get 2 motivation. I don't care about that. Just give me your tiers. Okay. This one is the most gold and gives me a master reward or master bonus, so we'll take that. The other one, the hardest difficulty, gives me an artifact. I don't care that much. I mean, artifacts are nice, and the 2 I have do change up my style, my gameplay style, but mini artifacts I just sort of have no use for. We've got Sebayo in front, Jigo in the center, and Tran in the rear. In the next room we have always the lure. Morale loss is reduced by 50%. That's unfortunate. My next room is not really heavy on the damage. As usual, it's just the most durable one, so we will try the Bone Catapult just to see what happens. And then we're going to take Argug, Ilra, and Coffee.
Come get some!
Holy! Ang kinig!
Actually, I think I would have been better with you know what? I need to make my spreadsheet take into account the 2 bird stone. See, he does 40 nature damage, which is significant, but this guy has a 75 nature resistance. However, so his nature damage actually rates very low. But with this 8 air spread across all these characters, it actually is pretty significant because they all have negative air stats. So I probably should have done air if it were not for this 2 birds stone. Maybe tiredness? Maybe I should have done that first. You know, let's try it. Ouch. Let's see how this works. Not bad.
Holy! Ang kinig!
Okay, you have 84 speed, 69 speed, 65 speed. You actually, okay, let's do that. Let's freezing breath you.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
Oh, it's terrifying, not demoralized. Whatever. I yell at you. Go away.
I can hear your lips. No!
I yell at you. Go away. Alright, so I would probably need to yell at her 3 times to take her down. But I still would need to whip her 3 times to kill her. So if I enslave and then whip her twice, I should retain the most life from this.
I'm giving in. And give it in.
One more corpse to decorate my home!
Okay, let's go with intimidation. Kind of worked out. I think my team is ready to lean more heavily into demoralization. All right, I have some gold. We'll go ahead and hit the trainer now. Spend all of it on you. Ouch. You need blood now to level. Oh, come on, game. All right, whatever. So now apparently, if you want to level up monsters, you also need blood. So it increases air by what? He currently seems to be about 1/5 of his power, so it would increase it by about 4 damage. This would increase his fire damage. Coffee's really good. Like he rates really high in my statistics when I'm pumping out the numbers. I guess we'll level him up just so we can get more power. What else do we have? Well, we have enough money to level up Samael. Don't really seem to get too much done with him. He just sort of falls over. He's so slow. He's always dying. I assume that when he dies, he does not apply fire weakness to all monsters. So guess we could try. I don't know. I feel like I should wait for a level up opportunity because he's so expensive. Alright, you get plus 20 for many of them. Fade, you generate pretty high. Especially if I'm doing a demoralization thing. That minus 38 morale, that's actually kind of cool. Who else does high morale? You have some morale spreads 2 stacks from all penalties applied to the target. Another random hero, okay. Highlights tiredness. Vulnerable. Probably this one. I guess this one. Alright, I still have a little bit of money. Alright, so I'm now pushing into demoralization territory, which might end up making me get defeated. Who knows? I will, of course, try not to be defeated. That's kind of the point. Sanakji is offering you her old artifact. She has just bought a better one. Damage dealt by monsters to heroes at their maximum life increased by 100%. I'm kind of curious about something. So does this mean morale damage also? I think so. So that means that if the enemy hero, I don't hurt him at all, he will take substantial morale damage. We're gonna take this. Okay, so 2 of your employees have been caught red-handed. Oh, I gotta lose you for 5 weeks? That means you'll be out for the next mission. I just leveled you up. I could always... So I can make them out for 2 weeks, or I can pay 100 gold, which I don't have, and they would be happy. What happens if I ignore? You be tough and suspend them for 5 weeks, or threaten them with a pay cut to make sure it won't happen. What happens? I don't understand. If I sanction... What happens if I sanction them? Okay. Be tough and suspend them for 5 weeks, or threaten them with a pay cut. Make it happen again. Okay, I'm assuming ignore means one of these guys get hurt. So, rather than sanction them both for 5 weeks, I'd just rather see one of them rest up for a little while and use the other guy, because in the end, if I hit sanction, and if that's exactly what I think it is, I will not have them both for the next dungeon, but I will have them for the dungeon after that. If I ignore them, assuming it is what I think it is, then one of them will be out for the next dungeon. and then both of them will be back for the dungeon after that. So we're gonna ignore and see what happens. Okay, so we got black market if I wanted to sell something for money, but I kind of need all my monsters. Huh. Okay, well, it wasn't even that same monster, which is fine. I've got 2 satyrs, so this is actually okay. One of your employees, I was actually very worried when I saw it found dead, then I realized, oh yeah, they come back to life. One of your employees was found dead this morning. It must have been some sort of retaliation after the brawl that occurred previously. It's been so long chilling in the afterlife that coming back to life sent them straight into burnout. So if I had sanctioned them, I might have gotten a different event on this one instead of revenge. So that's something to keep in mind. The ignoring then ends that event, and then I lose the next event. Alright, so we have champion here. We're gonna set up my monsters. That's a lot of gold. Good, good. You, I really want you to rest, but this is the champion. I need to bring out my best, even if you don't fight. It's just silly. Like, I think you should at least get 1 motivation back if you don't fight, and 2 motivation if you're into garrison. He's really for damage. He doesn't have a lot in the way of morale. Damage minus 12 morale. I mean, that's really all or nothing on the morale build. Let's see here. You are good against ice and air. Do I have ice and air in this group? I have ice and air, yes. I have ice and air in this group. Yeah, I got ice. Don't have air, so I might want to swap one of these guys out for a little bit of an air. Okay. How am I doing on fire resistances? Am I gonna need to? Wow, I have nobody in fire resistance. So yeah, I'll bring Kalthi in for this one, just in case, to help balance out my teams. Watch this be an watch this squad be anti-demoralization. All right, here we go. Week 15. Half an hour later, I had to really work at coming up with a new spreadsheet, or at least new additions to apply for morale modifiers. This is a very bad team to try morale damage to. So the front character has morale losses reduced by 50%. The second character will remove stacks of penalties every turn, and every time she gets a penalty, she'll get less damage. And the last character just can't be affected by demoralized at all. So this is actually the very counter to my setup. So we'll consider this currently version spreadsheet 2.5 because I've added the morale, but it doesn't really look very good. And at a later point, I'm going to make it do comparisons, like what's more efficient, health damage or morale damage. But for right now, this is my recording time. So we are going to, because this guy shuffles, we're going to put Hasaki in front. I'm not sure which way they go. I don't know if it's totally random or if they get shifted one position. But I'm hoping that everybody gets shifted back one. I'm not quite sure how this works. It might not be random. Anyway, so we're going to put Hasaki in front, Kalthi in the center, and Wraith in the back. Hopefully he ends up in the front, she ends up in the center, and he ends up in the back. So I have a choice between going full-on morale attacks, probably just full-on enrage attacks, realistically. So for my last group, it is going to be Tran, Hanlet, and then Argug. Let's hope everybody gets shifted once to the right. This is going to be really tough on me.
Prepare to die.
Alright, so let me see here. I wanted Kalthi in the rear, so he got to the left, or front. And I wanted Wraith in the front. So I had put him in the rear, so he got moved to the left. And Kalthi I had put in the center, so he got moved to the left. So everybody got moved to the left one. So I'm off by a little bit. So it might be everybody gets moved to the left, period. Like that might be it, instead of everybody moved to the right. So now I have to remember that next time. Okay. So I can do a ton of air damage to this guy. Why is it so much? Is it because of the critical? Wow. hold on. It's also the, okay. Not only am I getting a 50% guaranteed critical, but I have damage dealt by monsters to heroes at their maximum life increased by 100%. Wow, look at that damage. I might have a chance after all. Oh, nope, not anymore. They just all took a little bit of damage now. Oh wow, even her campfire was set to counter my morale build. Now I know that I should. I mean, morale is probably very effective, but I definitely need something for anti-morale counter, to counter a counter, I guess. Oh, come on, you're not gonna die from this? And you're gonna get the move right after. How much life? You have literally 6 life. Wow, 41 morale. Oh, that's because of the humongous enraged bonus. Okay. But that's still, if you look at the percentage there, this damage percentage is so much more significant. Unfortunately, I do not have that enraged bonus. Let's see, that's probably about 3 hits. Okay, so 88 damage. Oh, you're not even bleeding because she does. That's right. Okay. You know, I still survived.
One more corpse to decorate my home.
I gotta say, looking at the numbers, I do 4% damage. I'm like, oh, I'm so dead. Alright, damage on the first attack suffered by monsters placed at the back is returned to the assailant once per fight. I like that, so it's just a free hit. I mean, that's pretty good as far as artifacts go. Most artifacts is just something like, enemy gets like 2 extra turns of ice weakness or something, I don't know. So I can have the option to just turn my monsters into skeleton warriors, which is good if I have a very tanky build, which I do not. That way, as they start to get weaker, like so if I had like 2 Jabakos, and as they start to get weaker in hit points, I can immediately convert everybody, and no, I would not lose motivation. We'll go and get this. Wow, that was really rough. Okay, let me think here. Don't have a lot of money for trainers, so I should probably work out. Why is this? Why are you flagged? Why are you? Is it because you think I need to recycle my people? I mean, yeah, you're probably right. But just wait a little bit and then do that. Why? I don't understand what this. What? Whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and work out. Okay. What is my speed? 90. Okay. Sure. A little faster. And should I spend 20 gold on this? I mean, I do have a lot of blood. Let's go ahead. I like that it heals me too. Alright, I could work out again. Or do event. I should probably do an event. Okay, so let's see here. Do you want to sacrifice one of your demons to provide... hold on. While you're congratulating the cook for his dwarf cheek stew, he told you about a recipe based on a demon's gonads. Do you want to sacrifice one of your demons to provide him with the required ingredients, plus 10 to all masters' resistances? Huh. No, I don't really use you. I mean, you might come in handy for when I need to do all that extra damage. Can I see? Like, you have the ability to do ricochet to an enemy hero if the enemy's under 50%. I haven't actually gotten to use you yet. I'm only regretful that I spent like maybe 70 to 100 gold leveling you up, but yes, let's go ahead and make myself more resistant to everything. Yeah, interview. So this will allow my intern or my promoted monster to get something bonus. Alright, so I can spin 400... No, I don't have enough of that. So if I spin 250 gold, you will get 15 armor. Wow. Sounds kind of cool. Probably not worth it though. I mean, I have not... I really want to have fun playing with it. Okay, I think from now on, I'm probably just play with max gold settings. Even if it makes the game easier, I want to play around. I don't have to just keep skipping all these events because I'm too broke. I'm probably going to just pick this. Stick to the allocated budget. Is there any reason just to decline? Probably stick to the allocated budget because this is 250 gold for 15 armor, which is nice increase, but realistically I've only managed to make her move twice, and the armor I don't think is going to make any difference whatsoever. So that's really tossing my money down the drain. We're gonna just go for the enrage. It's not as cool. It's definitely not as cool.